Hi everyone, and welcome back to Sip and Spill. Today we're diving into a serious and often overlooked issue, the privatization of foster care.
First, let's get it clear on what privatization means. Privatization is when services that were once run by the government are handed over to private companies, often for profit. This happens in different sectors like healthcare, prisons, education, and even our utilities like water. But what happens when we privatize something as sensitive as foster care?
Well, in many states, instead of child welfare agencies directly handling the foster care, they contract with private companies. These companies are paid to place the children, manage the cases, and provide services. Now here's the problem. When profit becomes part of the equation, there's a risk that money becomes before the best interest of the child.
And one shocking example of this comes from the 2021 investigation into Mentor Network, one of the largest for-profit foster care companies in the US. The company ranked in over $1 billion, but while profits soared, reports of negligence, abuse, and even deaths in their care surfaced. These stories aren't just isolated either. They reveal deeper issues when profit-driven models replace public responsibility. So who influenced these policies and who is allowing it to happen?
Let's talk about interest groups and officials. Private foster care companies often have lobbyists who push lawmakers to support privatization.
But why?
Well, more contracts equals more money in their pockets. They make financial contributions to elected officials, especially those in power of child welfare budgets, hoping for favorable policies.
Can you give us some examples?
Yeah, so some state legislators who approved foster care privatizations have actually received campaign donations from executives tied to the companies.
So it's our elected officials.
It's not just elected officials, it's also appointed leaders like heads of child welfare agencies who may also have connections to these private providers.
So how does this impact public policy?
These relationships shape laws and policies. When corporate interests are involved, regulations may weaken, oversights may shrink, and the focus often shifts from protecting the child to protecting the profits.
So what does this mean for the public?
It means vulnerable children who already face so many challenges may not get the care that they deserve. Families trying to reunite with their children will not receive adequate support, and the public loses trust in a system that was designed to protect children.
Yeah. So it's about the kids. So we want to care, but why should we care?
Well, when foster care is privatized without oversight, special interests instead of public interests take the wheel. And the ones who suffer the most are the ones that can't speak up for themselves, which is the children. So as we continue to debate privatization in different sectors, let's remember some services like caring for vulnerable children should not be prioritized for profits, but for the well-being of the child.
Thank you for watching Sip and Spill, and I hope this gives you something to think about next time you hear about privatization in your community.